Hi there, and welcome to Jay's Toy Collection UK, live here on a Thursday evening from New York Comic Con. Some of that sentence may have been a lie, because I do not appear to be at New York Comic Con. I appear to be sat in my spare room, in the Toy Room 2, in the live stream area, or in my home office, whatever you call this area. It is where I am currently sat, and it is located quite a few thousand miles away from New York Comic Con. But tonight, I'm going to give you the best coverage I can over the next sort of hour and a half or so, as we go through the details of what we've seen so far from the start of New York Comic Con, because I believe we are only on day one. So I'm sure there is a lot more to come. But of course, it has been the Hasbro panel for Marvel Legends and Star Wars within the last couple of hours. So I thought I would go live tonight just discussing those and what other things we have seen so far from New York Comic Con. So come say hello in the chat. And I will be joined by my better half tonight, Cheeky Monkey Kiara, who suddenly looks like a balding middle-aged male because she has decided to go to the local fair. The fair is in town this evening, so she has gone to the fair, and she's left me to it. So Adam will be joining me in a second, but do come say hello in the live chat. Hardly any notice for this one. I have changed jobs recently, so I didn't even know I'd be able to fit the stream in, but I've managed to fit the stream in. But the advertising has been terrible. So if you could hit that like button, share the video, share the replay, do what you can, hype it, whatever you can to help people come and talk toys with us this evening here on YouTube. So let's go and bring him in. If I can press the right button, let's hope this all goes very smoothly. Adam, how are you doing, sir?
I mean, I was all right until I was described as a balding, middle-aged man. And then I'm like, so these are now my defining characteristics. Who's Adam? Which one's Adam again? He's the balding, middle-aged man. Class.
It's all you've got to bring to the table, son.
It's literally, that's all I bring to the table. Bald and middle-aged. Class.
There you are. So Adam is with me this evening to discuss everything that balding, middle-aged men like to discuss. Any ladies in the chat, let us know. Or is it literally, I'm full of bearded, balding men in their work shirt, drinking a pint after work. He's got a pint and I've got a Spider-Man glass is what I've got with me. Full of water. So that's the excitement of the evening. So there is a poll in the chat. So get your votes in the poll. Adam's responsibility this evening is to get me to remember to end the poll, because I'm usually absolutely terrible at this. We've gone from weekly live streams to every couple of weeks to literally a live stream once a month, but he is joining me. We are here at least once a month when there is toys to talk about, and there is definitely toys. So 20 of you have already joined us, so people have got notifications on. Thank you very much. Channel members, get those emojis in the chat. You've got Todd McFarlane, you've got a bit of Classic Dick, you've got all sorts of emojis you can use in the chat. And if you're not a channel member yet, there should be a join button down below. I think it's about $2.99 a month to come and support the channel. That would be very much appreciated. And super chats are live. If you drop a super chat this evening, Adam will do a celebratory dance, something along those lines. So super chats are available to come and talk to us. So let's have a look who's in the chat, and then we'll do a little bit of pickups and get into what we've got. So disclaimer, if I run away at any point during this stream, it's because I am due at least one delivery this evening. I know Amazon are coming, and I think Every may be coming as well. So I've got my phone app here checking for the door, because I said Cheeky Monkey's abandoned me. So if I've got to run off and abandon Adam, he'll have to take over the stream on the fly, because I will be having live toy deliveries, because that's kind of what happens in this house. So
because of the dementia, you'll have to maybe remind me about why you're leaving at the time. Don't assume that I'll remember that. You'll have to give me a heads up.
Well, there you go. Talking that, I do actually have a qualification in dementia care, ladies and gentlemen. So that is a fact you didn't know this evening. So
I did not know that. So there we go. No wonder I feel so comfortable on the stream.
Actual fact. So there you are, making him feel right at home already. So who was in with us? Tac was in first this evening. Shouting cardiac. Either somebody's had a heart attack, or is talking about a figure that may have been revealed this evening. I tried to sort of watch half a live stream just after I was finishing work. I think Adam has done the same thing. So we are fully cased up on our knowledge as ever, as we try and guide you through it, I say, over the next hour and a half or so. So Tac was here with us. Damien is saying hello. I think, yes, he said he will be catching us on the replay. I believe he has connection issues up there in Scotland. So he will be catching us on the replay. Phil Jones is here. He is dropping monkeys all over the place. We hate to disappoint him, but there is no Cheeky Monkey tonight. I guess she runs through the door for a special cameo later on. Inception there, because Adam is here and he's also in the chat. The Black to here. Hello to the Wrens. How are you doing? I'm assuming you're at work as well. So hello, the classroom, if we're on there as well. Got Pythona, says Frankie Riviera. Hello to Frankie. We have got Hasbro Pulse up because they have been dropping some exclusives we need to take a look at. And the prices have been revealed as well since I last looked. So we will take a closer look at those. Yo. It's your boy's got toys. You can check him out over on Justin Collects in the middle of the night on Saturday night. They did a toy quiz this week. I've watched the first 20 minutes. I haven't got to the questions yet because Justin said child keeps crying. He has to mute himself. So I think I've got some spoilers, though, who has won that one. But I wonder if they got my wrestling question. Did it get read? I will find out when I get through. If you're not subscribed to Justin, head over to Justin Collects here on YouTube as well. We've got figureclave.collectibles. We've got 1-6 Mike, who does have a very nice hobgoblin picture. I do like the picture of the hobgoblin there. Yeah, boys got toys is giving us more emojis. Channel member as well, Madison Kingswood. Hello to Madison Kingswood. I think potentially the OG, the original channel member, actually the longest serving channel member is Madison Kingswood. Hello to David, Evan, and Smith. I've got to get some more of these Americans to sign up to the channel membership. There we are. The button's down there, people. Just click it. You can have the lovely emojis. Who else has a Todd McFarlane and a classic Dick emoji you can use on the channel? So, yeah, do your best to support. If you could, that would be very much appreciated. David Evan Smith is here. I wonder how he did at the quiz. I think he might have been very successful from rumours that have been banding around the internet. Pal, he is here. Mr. Who is here. Of course, he will be live later on this evening as well, if you're keeping up of the Who Crew Network and all the cycle. He'll be on in a couple of hours' time with Rich with the more professional coverage of the evening. The two rank amateurs you can see here, a fat man and a bold man. We're almost loud on. You're like the skinny Rich, and I'm like the fat Dan. This has got to be a way we could describe ourselves this evening.
Rich has always said I'm like a Bizarro World version of him, but I think it was more in terms of the female action figure collection. But
well, there you are. In terms of looks as well, Jared's here as well from Mummy. We've got to meet Jared at the NEC Toy Fair. Very nice to do. Did a little bit of business as well, so thank you very much. So yes, we did attend the NEC Toy Fair in Birmingham since I'd last done a live stream. So I did manage to make a fair few sales, which is very helpful to the PayPal credit bill. And I did purchase absolutely nothing. So nothing was purchased at the NEC Toy Fair, but not so much when I returned home over the last week or so, because there's definitely been purchases that have been made since then. So I think that's all they have. We've said hello. We've said channel memberships are available, and we said super chats are available. There is a super chat goal of 1 super chat. Can we get a super? What did I put as the goal? I can't even remember what I put as the outcome. MCM is coming soon. Yes, I'll tell you about MCM as well. So that is there. I think it's time for pickups, and then we'll get into everything. So Adam, if you've got anything to hand to show off apart from your fancy shirt.
I've got a couple. So I have my first combatants fight for glory.
Let's press some buttons to see if I can make you bigger. There we go.
I wish you could make me bigger. That would be really nice. That would be really nice. Funny that worked in real life. But yes, so I got this actually from David Display's Model Behaviour. He was selling it on Facebook, so I got this for like 40 quid, which I thought was an absolute steal, and it is a fantastic film. When I get the 6-inch green scar that's coming out, yeah, these are going to be displayed in some sort of gladiatorial battle together.
Well, there we go. David Displays selling action figures. I've never heard of it. There we are.
I know.
Can't believe it. There we go.
What are the chances?
You've got a very exclusive there then. Always. Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, he's had to go back to the depths of the Batcave. What is he digging out here? Oh, I can see a lightsaber by the looks of it.
Yeah, so we also have the only decent character from the Acolyte, which I absolutely hated. But
Still not watched it.
Oh, honestly, it's Star Wars has just gone absolutely bonkers. They're trying to make a Star Wars franchise for an audience that doesn't exist.
Don't get this man started on Star Wars live action shows. We'd be here all night, people.
We can't do politics. I'll get banned. But yes, absolutely fantastic character. I could watch an entire series based around the Stranger. I thought he was great. And I know some of the legends and later crew from the Americans in particular are going to be, but somebody sold me my first Mythic Legions.
Oh, I wonder which YouTuber could. All he does apparently is buy from YouTubers. David Display sells to him, and now I sell to him as well. His first Mythic Legion.
My first Mythic Legions figure, and to be fair, it's brilliant. I really like it. It goes with my kind of Conan display really, really well. So yes, so I was very pleased with that. And considering I send Jay a message, how often do you reckon? Once every fortnight, saying when's the Mythic Legions Barbarian out? I don't think it'll be my last.
The amount of time I've told him after Legions Con later this year, we're nearly there. We're only a month away from Legions Con now. So after that, the Barbarian
come
will
on.
be...
Any figure that can be like a Barbarian version of He-Man and Conan, like I don't think there could be a better action figure for me. So yes, I'm very paranoid that I'm going to miss out on that figure, and I'll be very upset.
Well, there you are. You won't miss out. I will find you one. Do not panic. Have no fear. Right, what have I been buying then before we get into the scratching? A titty there. There you are. The titty scratch. That's the only fans. Any super chats? More titty scratching. There was. I don't know. I can set those sort of goals on YouTube. I don't know if that's allowed. So there was a right. What have I got? I've got some Marvel Legends. When I talk about Marvel Legends, that'll be the first thing we dive into from New York from the panel. But I have bought some Legends. So if you've seen some of the recent videos on the channel, if you haven't, please go to the videos tab and you'll find them. You will see the MCU has started to make a return to the collection. So I suppose I can make myself bigger here. Actually, let's do a bit of technical live. There we go. So we have the Black Panther, but we have, of course, Eric Killmonger himself. The third release, I think, of this figure. This is like the Legacy Wave version, but finally you have the accurate gold mask, I think, on this one. So I had sold my previous one, so I suppose it's kind of buying back a figure I sold, but I never had the one with the most accurate outfit. So I wanted him to represent the film because I want Black Panther, still one of my favorite films in the MCU. So I needed him in the collection. So I did backtrack that on Amazon, and it was only £22. So I wasn't too bad with that at all. All right, that's the Black Panther. And we've got one more legend. So this week has been Amazon Prime Day. If you've got any bargains, let me know in the chat. Have you got any Prime Day bargains? I did see the Americans, as usual, getting much more bargains than we had over here on the UK. But there was a few things in the UK sale. So I have managed to pick up the X-Force 2-pack. So Warpath and X-23. This was down from about the £50 price point-ish to £36, £37, something like that. So it had a nice discount on it for Prime Day. So I did jump on that one just to carry on with the grey and black X-Force team and complete the collection so far for those teams. So that wasn't too bad. So it was a nice little bit of backtracking there for that one. Trashing the gap. Absolutely trashing the gap. So now again, shout out previous videos on the channel, because you may have seen the McFarlane collection has returned for the fifth time. So
for the fifth time.
So for the fifth time, the McFarlane collection is back. And, well, more figures have been purchased. So McFarlane is doing a panel, but it's not today. I think it's tomorrow for the NYCC McFarlane panel. So I'll probably do like a pre-recorded video on that one. So make sure you've hit that subscribe button if you're interested in my thoughts on McFarlane toys. But Adam is here. His name is Batman. His legal name is Batman. So I bought myself an orange Batman and a purple Batman as well. And somewhere downstairs, I can't find them, I've also purchased a green Batman and a yellow Batman. So I have gone absolutely, as you like to say, balls deep on Detective Comics issue 241 and the multiple coloured suits of Batman. I even read the issue, people. Yes, I went back to an issue from somewhere around the 1950s. And once I've read it, I thought, I've got to get these, because Todd has, well, they already leaked out in the store, but they are doing the full rainbow suit and the pink suit as well. So I was like, if I can have the full collection. So shout out David Evan Smith, because I'm sure he is in on these. I'm sure I've seen him show off some of these multiple coloured Batman across the YouTube channels that he's on. There he is. There he is. Come on, David. There we are. We got to get some super chats in from David for multiple coloured Batman. Come on, people. Look at this. I am supporting Batman here because it's the most fascinating issue. Have you actually read the issue?
Never. No.
Right, it's fantastic. Absolutely, it's the most stupid thing you could imagine. So you got on the back
that's
there.
why I haven't read it.
And this is another reason. So if you don't know Adam, he doesn't collect the female figures and he also doesn't collect things he deems stupid. So this is the definition of stupid. So Dick Grayson, he hurts his arm early in the issue, but not as Robin, as Dick Grayson. He hurts his arm. Bit of a broken arm almost happens as he saves somebody in public. So to cover up the fact that Robin would now have an injured arm, so people might guess his secret identity, Batman decides to do the only thing he can think of to distract people from looking at Robin is wear a different coloured suit every day of the week. But it's generally what he does. And he does wear...
You're right.
Remind me...
Because a 6-foot-tall bloke dressed as a bat isn't enough of a distraction, is it? That's nowhere near enough of a distraction. He just blends into the crowd.
It's that you can watch it on YouTube as well, people. There's a whole breakdown video of this issue. I want to find the issue, but it's hundreds of pounds because it's really old. I want this in a frame, so I am going full in on all multicolored Batman. This is one of the reasons I did start recollecting the McFarlane figures, because I've never had the multicolored Batman, and I wanted them. So, yeah, that's what I've done, people. So, yeah, stupid and beautiful. So, if you ever need a distraction, wear a funny coloured outfit.
I'll remember that.
Batman is. David is having a lovely time in the chat, I can see there. Right, so one final pickup, and then we'll get into the Marvel Legends news. We're okay tonight because I can see Toy Arc has updated stuff live from the showroom floor, and Mr. Stevie's got the slides up. So, we should have some coverage to actually look at. But I've done a thing. I've started a new collection, people. It's a phrase I've uttered many times before in my life. And yeah, I've actually started a couple of new collections on this theme. So, Adam, you've called yourself Batman, but I would think you model your physique on this action figure character from the 1980s. What action figure character would that be, sir?
My initial ever physique inspiration as a very young child was He-Man.
Well, there we are. See, what a segue. That's why he's the perfect co-host for this, because I have started collecting Masterverse figures. So,
of course you have. Of course you have. How much backtracking are you going to be doing? It's going to be
8 to 10. 8 to 10. There's some coming in the post as we speak. That's what I'm looking at from my phone. So, Amazon Prime Day sales. I've got some good deals on some of these. The Thunder Punch He-Man, only £12, people. £12. You can't argue with £12. And I didn't realise what they've done is started this vintage collection. So this is what hooked me in. When I saw this, I was like, what's this? I saw Vintage Skeletor and got intrigued, done some research, and thought, oh, there's not actually that many of them. I've had some new Eternia stuff before, but it was in the sale pile. So a couple of those will be dragged out. I couldn't even shift the stuff based on Revelations at Toy Fair. I couldn't shift the stuff on Revelations at all, not even for a £10 figure. So they'll have to go down for a discount. But yeah, Masterverse has got me, and not just Masterverse. They haven't arrived yet, but I've said before on the channel I'm not a fan of the crossovers that they keep doing. So Turtles versus He-Man.
You've stated very clearly you don't like anything like that. So what are you about to tell us?
I'm about to tell you that their most recent one I actually found quite intriguing and quite liked. So
it's intervention time.
He-Man versus Transformers is coming to the collection soon.
Because the rest are weird. But He-Man Transformers fine. Let's put some Optimus Prime.
We've got wave it, Jamie. We've got some pink hand waving in the chat. Right, okay. So that's what I've done. I don't even like the crossovers, but apparently I liked one of them. I don't, but they look quite fun. It was Skeletor dressed up as Megatron. I was like, that looks so funny. I liked it. So I bought it. So I've managed to find a way to expand the toy space within the room. So I've started to record it. If you any channel members on Dan Who's channel would have seen me chop some wood last night. So there'll be a whole video coming once I've finished. But I found a way to move the wardrobe around and get at least 5 new display shelves in there, which means I can expand my He-Man collection as well on the other side of the room. So plenty more He-Man come in. I've still not, from the previous video me and Adam put together, I still haven't cracked and bought the Mondo He-Man, but I've seen some of their new stuff today, so I'm getting itchy. But
I sent you the new Man at Arms one, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good.
But we'll get into all that. So I think we've done pickups. We said hello. We've plugged the channel membership. We've plugged the super chats. It hasn't worked. Nobody has dropped one this evening. If you do drop one, they will be much appreciated. So we are live.
They'll be really appreciated. The man needs your super chats.
We do. He-Man needs your super chats. That should have been the goal tonight. Madison King was there with the channel membership, is saying, I don't know who is more disappointed, Cheeky Monkey or Adam. Cheeky Monkey doesn't actually know I've started this yet.
Yeah, that's why Adam's more disappointed, because Cheeky Monkey's having a good time in ignorance.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, stress, people, stress. A new job. I'm very busy. I was like, right, okay. I need some. What do I need? I need He-Man. Apparently, I need to go right back to where it all began with He-Man. Oh, and I've bought another Castle Grayskull, but we'll get into that.
Why not? Why not?
2000X needs a Castle Grayskull, and I found a new one sealed on eBay, 20 years old, and less than £100, people. So we'll cover that separately. Right, let's talk some Marvel Legends. There we are. I sound like Dan then, didn't I, with the way I enunciated that? So there is that. Right, Marvel Legends live stream, New York Comic Con. Dan Young, Dwight, Jesse was there, and I think Emily was sat on the side, and then Brandon started talking about Star Wars. They didn't have a lot to show, but he did start talking. So shout out Brandon. But I think they set him up a bit there with some of those reveals. But we will get into Marvel Legends then. So let's share some tabs. Let's find the button. Here we go. Right, we'll start off with the slides then. Mr. Stevie's got the slides up on his Instagram. Can we zoom in? Oh, we can zoom in very nicely. Look at that. Right, so they have shown the rumors were true, basically, of everything that was going to be revealed today, pretty much. So there's going to be a lot of surprises when it comes to this. But we've got just over an hour till Dan's on, so we are perfectly good for timing to talk some toys this evening. Nearly 30 of you with us in the chat, so hello. Say hello in the chat if you haven't said hello before. Nice to see you again. Adam comes on. We get the good numbers, even with no advertising for the live stream. So thank you to those that have turned on your notification bell or have just randomly stumbled across me here. But I'm sat here in pink. There's pink everywhere. Pink and black. I'm going to repaint the toy room. But that's enough. Rambled on far too much. Let's talk. You can tell why. I'll tell you why. Because these reveals are shit. I do not like this wave at all. This is why I don't even want to talk about this wave. There's hardly any. This is unusual for me because
it is very unusual. I mean, you'll still buy them all, but it is very unusual for you.
Yes, that probably will happen. But my initial reaction was like, what is this? Because this rumored wave has been very, very random. Very random indeed. And it was all true.
Yeah.
It was all true. I can't quite believe some of these, but we will get into them. We've got a few more in the chat here. Daniel S says hello to Daniel S. How are you doing? And Tactas, tell us what you really think, Jay. Well, yeah, honestly, around the bush. I'm usually the most happy toy collector going.
You are,
but Adam's when Adam was messaging in, he seemed excited for some of these. I thought this is good because I thought I might have to do a quick pre-recorded video because I didn't think I'd make the live stream. But luckily, I have managed to make the live stream because Adam will bring the positivity. But we will start off with one I do like as well. It is Werewolf by Night. But if you zoom in there, you're going to see them. You're going to see Todd McFarlane's favorite. You're going to see some pins in the arms because we do have some reused pinned arms then by the looks of it here. So he's not all new. So if you don't like your pin, for me, as a McFarlane collector, there's nothing I can say on pins. I'm perfectly fine with them. I am perfectly okay.
These are tiny pins.
Yes, I can't even see them. They're the right colour. It's not too bad. But I know if you don't like your pins, I know there's a lot of people newer to the lines out there that are used to the pinless era. I'm like, what are these things? So just to note that, but I do like the head sculpt and I do like Werewolf by Night because I never owned a Toy Biz box set. So it's been many, many years I've been waiting for Werewolf by Night to actually come. So that didn't sound right at all. There was, and I'll have to interrupt myself because we have a new channel member as well. So you have to do the little dance. Let's do a dance. We've got no music. We'll do a dance. It's a channel member dance. Z-Man 12 Bat. Z-Man has become a channel member. Welcome to hashtag Flip Open the Flap. You've not access to Todd McFarlane and your classic dick emojis. So thank you, Z-Man, for joining the channel. He's our first new channel member of the month. So thank you very much, Z-Man. Welcome to the channel membership. And yeah, get your emojis in the chat because I know Z-Man does dabble in a bit of McFarlane. So who else is going to give him that McFarlane emoji. So thank you very much to Z-Man. So, and there he is. He is dropping those emojis straight in the chat. I can see. I need to add an Adam emoji, actually. I think we go, because we've hit, we've gone over 10 now, I think, for channel members. So I think I can add an extra emoji. So if somebody reminds me to do that, then I will add an extra emoji. We need the Adam face.
Well, do we have to do the Adam face? Like maybe just a little bat emoji. Like let's
a little
just a little
emoji.
A little bat emoji will do, mate.
He doesn't like things that are stupid, so I gave him the most stupid graphic on the front. I can imagine.
So just a little bat emoji will be fine.
A little bat emoji. A little bat emoji for Adam. So, right. Werewolf by Night. Yeah, long awaited character. You can see here they've done a bit of doctoring to the photo because they hadn't revealed the builder figure. But but there is one in there, so don't panic. Werewolf by Night. For me, yeah, a must have in the line, and I'm definitely in for this. Now, I don't know what Adam's opinion is on the hairy male, so let's find out.
I love werewolves. Here's a little fact about Adam. Anything to do with werewolves. My most wanted figure on Earth is the Great Wolves, the one Mikey Moonboots has got, and he posted. That's my most
talking Mikey
figure.
And werewolves. I've just seen him in the chat dropping the channel membership emojis. Thank you, Mikey. So he is a big fan of werewolves.
Yes.
So you two, I think, will be in on this then.
So this is just. I've got the original, the Toy Biz one from the box set.
Okay.
I've got that one, but this is right up my street. I think the face sculpt's amazing. I don't really give a damn about the pins. I'm still very much in that camp of the vast majority of my collection has pins, and as much as I don't mind it being pinless, it's really not too much of a factor for me. So no, I'll discuss the other highlight, but this is one of my highlights.
So we're off to a strong start then. For a wave I describe as utter shit, we're off to a strong start. So it's not going too bad. So it probably can only go downhill from here. Let's see how we get on as we go through the rest of this build a figure wave. So right, here we go then. So again, this one was shown before, but now we know where he is, and we see him in his full translucent green glory. This is, I believe, he's called Warbo from the Crystar universe. Now he's green, he's translucent, and he's got a bow. Apart from that, I can tell you shaggy shit all about this fella because I have not got a clue. He's in the Crystar universe. I've not read Crystar. I think if I even looked at Crystar displayed once, Rich M would slap me. So I can't even look at this figure. I've not even been allowed to purchase Crystar. Rich hasn't allowed me to purchase Crystar. So that's off. So I can't own this figure, but I might need to for the builder figure. But a green translucent. It's anybody out there, anybody in the chat, do you want this? Dan Larson might want this. Maybe Pixel Dan might want this. The only people I've ever seen online talk positively about Crystar, apart from Jesse Falcon. So is there any more than 3 people in the entire world that want this figure, or have I completely missed the mark? Anybody? Adam?
Anybody?
You?
No,
No?
I mean, shaggy shit all is such an accurate description as to my level of knowledge about either Crystar or Warble. Like, no, not in a million years. I'd possibly rather have a female figure.
My delivery, so you're stuck with Crystar.
Oh, great. Of all the times that he peels out, it's me talking about Crystar and Warble. Let me at least have a look at the chat. Somebody, your boy's got toys is 100% being sarcastic before anybody thinks that's genuine. He's so excited. Oh, okay, all right. Mikey Moonboot sounds slightly less sarcastic, saying he likes the obscure comic characters. Did they base the body sculpt on Werewolf by Night figure on Adam? I like Shelley. I'd always said Shelley was one of my favourite new members of the Legends and Liquor chat, and comments like that will absolutely do it. Lorenz, you're right. Who is this? Like, who was asking for this? The sales of Crystar, it suggests there must have been sufficient to warrant like an edition of Warble, but I've no idea who was buying. I've no idea who was buying that.
Oh dear.
Yes. Oh,
he's
back. He's back.
Well,
I've just ruined your channel, member. You're going to be cancelled from YouTube.
Right, let's see what the chat says. Well, what has Adam been talking about? We'll find out. It's a long way. It's a long way, people. Mikey likes the obscure characters. Interesting design. So slightly positive. It's more positive than Adam was being. There we are. Shelley's talking about your hairy body. The Black doesn't know who it is.
Yes, yeah, I'm with the Black.
Mike is showing some muscles, so I don't know what Adam has been talking about there. And Z-Man translucent with a green bow. We're going to get more of these. I bet we are. I bet we're going to get a complete Crystar team. Would not surprise me. Right, I can breathe now, just about. Right, we want a live unboxing, people. Let's have a live unboxing in on the fly. And this is not the Amazon parcel. This is every. So there must be another one. So I'm going to have to run off again at another point during the stream. So
hopefully it'll be another character that I know absolutely nothing about. That'll be really good if that happens again.
What's in the box, people? What's in the box? It's okay. Don't know. Less than a kilogram. I can tell you that. But I got a live unboxing here. What are we going to have? What are we going to have? Here we go. He's running away. He's getting himself a bottle. Oh, this is a good one. Oh, yes. The channel members know. Hashtag flip open the flat, people. There you are. Thank you, Madison King, for reminding me. Didn't even. It's running up the stairs. It's absolutely finished me off. But it is. Could I see some Toddy Mac emojis, please, from the channel members? Because this is a Todd McFarlane purchase.
Of course it is.
This is the most expensive single figure I've ever purchased from Todd McFarlane.
I know what this one is.
Oh, dear. Oh, I forgot I ordered this. But, well, now the story goes behind this. I'll tell the story before I show the figure. And I can see, thank you, the channel members there. Todd's face is taking over the chat. Adam found this at retail a while ago for me. And he messaged me going, do you want one? I was like, well, I don't want one. I'm not collecting McFarlane anymore. That's pretty much what I said. And now this thing...
You shot me down.
And this thing retail... This thing, that was a mistake, people. That is a mistake. Take that. It's a lesson you've learned from this stream. When somebody offers you a figure at retail, just take it. You can sell it later. Because this was a mistake. So that was about £30 probably from Forbidden Planet for retail.
Yep.
This cost me double retail plus a £5. So double retail plus £5 shipping. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, my movie collection is complete because I do have the Christopher Reeve Superman figure for double bloody retail. If he re-releases this, I'm going to be pissed. But I don't think he will. And I didn't want the gap in my collection. It was just bugging me too much. So there he is. Double retail. I'm an idiot. Yes, I'm aware I'm an idiot because I own the Mezco version. And I'm going to sell that version because I've got nowhere to put it because I don't really have the movie collections of those anymore. And I'm going to replace a Mezco with a McFarlane figure. As we've just reached 40 people in the chat, our highest viewing number of the evening. And I've just declared that I'm buying a McFarlane figure over a Mezco. I better stop talking. They're all going to leave. Adam, it's here.
Imagine them tuning in after like the Marvel fan stream. Like you're there showing Superman DC figure. They're going to be like, what the fuck is going on here?
Have you missed us in live streams? Let us know in the chat. It's just finding the time to do them. But something always happens randomly on these live streams. They are good fun talking toys. But we were in the middle of... We've only gone through 2 Marvel Legends in 40 minutes. We are doing fantastic, everybody. Don't panic. Okay, right. It gets even better now. Even better. Because here is the Phantom Rider. Classic bit of Marvel. But he's kind of missing his equine accessory. Now, the new Star Trek line from Mattel, for about £30, will be giving us a William Shatner and a horse. There's definitely a lack of horse when it comes to this figure. They did discuss horse from what I could hear in the panel, But if they're going to release a horse separately, I can't just see them doing a horse on its own. Surely they just re-release this figure with the horse. So does anybody need this figure without the horse? It's the Phantom Rider. It's very white. I have a problem with Hasbro when it comes to Marvel Legends and very white figures because mine all seem to go bloody yellow. And I've just found another one this week, White Rabbit. The torso is starting to yellow. I don't know why. There is no sunlight in my room. It makes no sense.
There's
so
definitely no sunlight in that room.
No, so I don't know. So that was bugging me. And this is bugging me as well. So Phantom Rider, a character. Yes, it's nice to have a new character. But now here's a man with a horse. There's a man. That's what you need. And they're all here tonight. Lorenz is there with the horse. There's a lot of horses in that collection. And Shelley is in on Shatner and a horse. So she is impressed with that as well. I will also be in on Shatner and a horse. I have no doubt.
Yes, it's a great
figure. That's 3 people for Shatner and a horse. But how many are buying Phantom Rider again? Thoughts in the chat, please. Adam, your thoughts?
This is one that I'm sort of a bit apathetic about. I quite like the all white look. I think the figure looks really good. I quite like the cowboy motif of it. I don't know a lot about the figure, so I'm not obsessed with it having a horse because I don't really know enough about the character to be like, oh well, he's missing his horse. That's a load of rubbish. It's not like Ghost Rider, like where without the bike you'd be like, well, that's. But yeah, I quite like the figure. I think it looks really good. It's one I might pick up if it goes on sale. But given the fact that I understand from its context, it's like he's meant to have a bloody horse. It is a bit odd that he hasn't got one, that they've released him without one. When I saw it, because obviously I know enough to expect a horse, I thought maybe the horse would be the builder figure. You know, as the wave was going through, I thought, like, I wonder if his horse will be the builder figure. And then, yeah, no, it's just not. So it's just him without the horse.
Let's have a look at the chat. So we've got Z-Man there. Tanner's neighing. There we are. Mikey Defo with the horse. So we need some horse love in Marvel Legends. So you could a Mythic Legion's horse would scale pretty much okay, but they're very detailed when it comes to paint apps. So they're probably too detailed to go with the aesthetic, the more plasticky aesthetic of a legend. So I would be wary putting in a Mythic Legion horse. But yeah, the boys got toys, not impressed with the Phantom Rider either. So yeah, a mixed bag on that one. On to the next one. Right. Now I misread that. That's made me laugh. So I read this comment as McFarlane horse wanks. So there we are. Todd McFarlane, a horse wanker. I'm going to leave it at that because that is what I read. There is Iron Man Mark 72 in lots of different colours. Now, this comes from 2024. I've probably not read a comic dated past 2002. But yeah, so this, unfortunately, I don't think I'm the target audience for this one. So if you're a younger fan of the line, somebody that does keep up with your comics, this might mean something to you. If you're an Iron Man Hall of Armor collector, this might mean something to you. I am neither of those things. So this again means absolutely nothing to me. Oh, Vienna, to quote some classic 80s lyrics. So, Adam, please save me. What the hell is this?
Yeah, no, I can't save you. You and I are drowning together here because I've got absolutely no idea. Like, I'm quite a, I read a lot of comics. I've got no clue what this is from. I don't recognize it at all. Black's my favorite color. I mean, from that point of view, I don't mind the look of it, but not a clue. Not affiliated.
Right. I'm going to set a challenge. Mr. Who, if you're watching, I want you to tell me exactly who this is in your live stream later. No Wikipedia, no Googling, no asking Rich M. I want to know exactly what this is. So none of that.
You know who's going to answer that question later.
No co-host. Host to host. What the hell is this? There was let's have a look. Let's have a look at the chat. There was I think they're all laughing at the way I read McFarlane there. Would probably be what's happening there. If you're a Hall of Armor fan, then it's a hit. Yeah, so you can fit nicely into a Hall of Armor. I would like a Hall of Armor playset. Then you'd have me. One for the Hall of Armor. Yeah, so everything for the Hall of Armor. Yeah. Because it is Batman's favorite color. So
you're right, Lorenz. It's
right. He is here. Thank
God Dan's here.
he has confirmed it's Iron Man. That's brilliant. So he's basically as knowledgeable as us when it comes to this. No shenanigans later. I want a full breakdown of the powers of Mark 72, why it's in about 8 different colours that don't really go together for my eyes. It looks a bit of a mess. I don't like this figure, as you can probably tell. But I'm sure it's going to have a Build-A-Figure piece. So this, before we get to the Build-A-Figure and the rest of it, this has actually made me think of a debate we've had before. I've been very pro Build-A-Figure and very annoyed we are not getting Build-A-Figures anymore. But this is the one time where it's the prime example of the main thing I want from this wave is probably the Build-A-Figure, which we'll get to. And I don't want half the wave, so now I'm stuck having to buy like maybe 3 or 4 figures I don't want to get the Build-A-Figure. So I may have been better off just to have a deluxe version of the Build-A-Figure and scrap it. So is this their validation? Well, it's messing with my mind.
Well, this is the very point of the Build-A-Figure, isn't it? From day one, like this is the very definition. It allows the company to produce figures that are probably not in that higher demand, but there is a kind of like niche hardcore collector demand. But because it gets the Build-A-Figure, they get the sales off the back of it. But I'm in the opposite camp to the one that you were in, but you might be now coming around to my point of view, because I don't buy things that I think are silly. I don't buy female figures. They're never part of my collection. So I've never bought a full wave. Like I've been collecting Marvel Legends since I bought 5 years ago, maybe, whatever it was. I bought Series 1, The Incredible Hulk. And I've collected Marvel Legends since. I've never bought a full wave. So I'm not a fan of the Build-A-Figure because it's just an unnecessary expense for me. But now I think you're seeing that point of view when they release figures like this, where you're like, what am I going to do with that?
Yeah, what am I going to do with that? So yeah.
Yes, sorry, do with that, not D. That's Northern English.
There we go. We haven't had Northern translation yet, so we're doing well. Right, here's what I do want though. So look, I'm happy. I was even happy about the ones I don't. I just like toys. But Dark Avengers, Spider-Man with 6 arms, and it's not the terrible version of 6-arm Spider-Man we had before that was one of the worst figures they've made in the line. This thing looks pretty good to me. So we've got, the black symbiote Spider-Man with the all the extra arms from Dark Avengers, which of course I've not actually read, but I've seen at least. So at least I'm familiar with what this looks like. So I'm actually quite happy with this. This was a rumored one as well that has again come true. So again, I wasn't sure if they would do a new sculpt. I was hoping they'd do a new sculpt because we couldn't use that old one, but they have. So again, let's just slap some paint on this and give me an animated series version of 6-arm Spider-Man in the red and black. So I'm happy with that. New head, fine. But we've got a couple of heads here as well. So yeah, I actually do like this one. And this one I am very excited to pick up. So I'll pass to Adam.
Yes, same as you. I love the Dark Avengers run. You should read it. It's really good. My honest opinion is I prefer the earlier run where he doesn't actually appear looking like this in the earlier Dark Avenger, but still, just the whole run is really good. So yeah, I really like this figure. And one of the things I love is the fact that you've got a Spider-Man. I mean, yeah, you know what I mean, with 2 totally different eye expressions on the head, because too often we get 2 heads for Spider-Man where you've got to like hold them up to try and tell the difference between them. So I really like how different the 2 expressions are on the head with the eyes.
Yeah, this one's gone down very well in the chat. Hannah's filling us on all the details there. So yeah, this one, this is a good one. This is a very nice one from the wave. Probably engineering-wise, the best figure of the wave. I do like the Werewolf by Night because I wanted one, but this I think is the best in terms of action figures. We got a nice, fully pinless, very well articulated by the looks of it, Spider-Man. All sorts of nice posing. So yeah, in for that one. Now this next one, not going to go well for Adam as the non-female figure collector. And for me, I already have 2 Enchantress. Enchantress Eye, Enchantree. I don't know how we pluralize Enchantress.
How do you pluralize that?
I've got 2. I don't need 3, but it is an upgrade. So we are going pinless now. The legs look the same, but they're the pinless version of the legs, so that's going to be better. The other one I have doesn't stand up, so I say that. New hair sculpt. I would say the face looks very similar to me. It probably is a new face sculpt, but it does look very similar to the old one, and we have the power effect. So overall, yes, a much more upgraded version of Enchantress, and one I will probably upgrade in the collection. I just, at least with me smashing up the Marvel Legends wardrobe, I say future video to come on that, I've got to pull every single Marvel Legend out the wardrobe, and she was at the back. So that's okay, because I can pull her out for the future sale piles when it comes to Toy Fair and upgrade to this one. So that's actually gone quite well for me. Some of these repeat characters, I can actually at least get out the collection, get them sold, and buy the new ones. So yeah, I think a decent enough upgrade here. The chat are having a little talk away about it. Adam's thoughts are going to be, I don't buy female figures, but we'll see if he's got anything further to add.
No, I think you've covered anything that I could possibly think to say about this female figure. But it looks good for what it is. For what it is, I wouldn't buy the bugger, but I think it looks good. I think it looks good. Yeah, I quite like the effect piece, which am I right in thinking that's new as well? I haven't seen.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one before.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one before, and we've talked a bit about they do keep reusing the same sort of magic. So I'm quite glad we've got a new effect piece for it. Yeah,
so we do have a new sculpt there. Lexi wants to kit bash some different titties, so that's a Lexi for you. He'll cover you at the weekend on Justin Collects and over on Count Culture for Kenny's stream as well. You're looking at definitely new effects there as well. So a decent upgrade to Enchantress. It's probably been quite a long time since she actually did come out in the line. I think 2016 I've got one from, maybe 2018 as well. Right, so the Build-A-Figure, of course, isn't in the slides. So let's go and find the Build-A-Figure somewhere. Well done, Mr. Stevie. Why is the Build-A-Figure not in the slides? So we've got the professional images then here over on TNI. We can take a quick look through these at pace, and then we'll see the Build-A-Figure is here. So we can see the Build-A-Figure then is going to be, as Robert's just mentioned in the chat, the Executioner. So we've had a MCU version before, but not a comic version. So you can see the standard Marvel Legends packaging we're going to be getting there. Nice artwork on the side. And you can see his torso is going to be coming with Enchantress. Let's have a look through. Bring us all the different poses. You can pause to your heart's content on those. So his head, right? So I'm going to have, usually one figure doesn't have it in, which I think is a figure we haven't actually covered so far, which was the Logan figure. Is that not in there? Mr. Stevie, your slideshow, tell you. All over the place, sir. There was so we'll have to find Logan in these images, and we'll focus a bit more on him as well. So the head does look pretty good at the bath. There we are. If I can zoom in a bit there. There you go. Right. So we got the head with Iron Man. So I'm going to have to buy Iron Man. I'm assuming if Iron Man has the head, then it is going to be Logan. It doesn't come with anything. So you can get your superhero pose. It looks okay in that pose. Maybe I was being a bit harsh. Just something I don't recognise. I can't do different. Apparently, there was
the axe looks amazing.
Right. Yes, the Executioner's axe, a nice big axe. But we do have Wolverine then, World War II Logan. Again, they'd shown this before, but now we are seeing it. Looks a pretty decent figure. Again, not one I'd have thought would have been essential for the collection, and one that clearly doesn't have the Build-A-Figure piece. So that's not. I'd rather they didn't give Iron Man the Build-A-Figure piece, so I could have skipped Iron Man. Because even though it's not the most essential Logan, I think I kind of would like this Logan in the collection. So I probably will pick this one up. So it would be nice to skip an Iron Man, but no, they've done it. So that's an alternate head with a lot of hair. A very young looking Wolverine there as well. So are you in on the military sort of World War II? Again, a bit of customizing body?
I can't wait for this. It's just because Logan's one of my favourite Marvel characters. I mean, he's short, stocky, and aggressive. Of course, he's one of my favourites. But I can't wait for this one. But you can see why, surely, from a business point of view, it makes absolute sense because this is the dead cert of that wave. This is the dead cert seller that won't need the Build-A-Figure, whereas that Iron Man's a bit obscure, covering it in black and probably from one story run maybe. So I can totally understand why this is the one that doesn't have it.
Yeah, it's either often Wolverine, Iron Man, or Spider-Man. It doesn't get the piece, so they've gone Wolverine this time. So yeah, that one does look nice. I do like it. So it's about half done, probably about 50-50 on the wave. There's Phantom Rider. Looks like he's going to come with the leg. holstered pistols and everything you can see there. Just go through those. And then we've got the Dark Avengers Spider-Man that we've just been covering. Looks kind of cool in the artwork there on the web. Nice bit of posing there. So yeah, you should be able to get some decent poses. It's a very strange bit of posing that's going on within that figure. And he is again coming with a leg of the Executioner. Warbow, another one. Could have done without a Build-A-Figure piece for me, but it is the only way you're going to sell him. So there he is with an arm of the Executioner. I'm sure Adam gave you all the great coverage you needed on this one earlier.
I did. Honestly, I was like chapter and verse. I gave chapter and verse on Warbow.
Fantastic. We've got an alternate hand. And we've got Werewolf by Night then. So he comes with the other arm as well in the packaging shot. So we've got all the little glam shots here.
That's a good looking figure, that.
Yeah, I do like that one. So he is there. Oh, there's those pins. Cover your eyes, people. Cover your eyes. But no, he's yeah, it does look pretty nice. Is that the Jackal's arms? Is that where they come from? Actually,
I think they did say. I think they said it was reuse of the.
Oh, okay. I didn't fully listen. Is that all the images? That is all the images. Why is there no pictures of the plenty? There's nowhere on the internet that contains pictures of the Build-A-Figure. Somebody's got to have them. Preternia will help me on Instagram. There you go. Preternia on Instagram to the day with the slideshow. So he's going to save the day for us. So the Executioner. This looks good. This is a very, very good looking Build-A-Figure. Not the most well known of characters when it comes to a deluxe. He probably wouldn't sell that well. So I see why he would be a Build-A-Figure. Of course, they are giving us the Asgardians slowly over the years. We've got the new Odin. We've got plenty of Thors. Rumors of a maximum Thor to come as well. The Enchantress there. My Hela is still holding value, I think, from the Book of Ashanti box set that I had previously. But yeah, this is a Build-A-Figure I definitely want. But looking at the wave then, so let me just try and figure. So I want a Wolverine, I'll take. Enchantress, I suppose. Spider-Man, I suppose. The middle, then it's the three I don't want. The Warbow, the Phantom Rider, and the Iron Man. And I want the Werewolf by Night. So there's about three I don't want. I could probably pass on Enchantress. So definitely a mixed wave for me, at least 50-50. So some I will get at full price probably at the start, and the rest I'm going to play the old wait for the sale game because I think I might have a chance when it comes to this wave. Wait for the sale.
Some of these are categorically going in the sale.
So, what? I assume you're in, as you're saying, on the Build-A-Figure then? That is.
Yeah, but again, this is same as you. This is my really big problem. I love the Build-A-Figure. You know, he's a big bugger with a war axe. Of course, I love the character. But then I love the Werewolf by Night. I really like the Symbiote Spider-Man. I kind of like the Phantom, right? But the rest, I'm like, and Wolverine, but he doesn't come with one. So yeah, I'm then stuck with buying like one, two, three figures I'm totally disinterested in, which I won't do. So I'll be the same as you. I'll pick up the ones I really want when they come out, and then I'll keep my eye out for the sale for the rest.
Okay, so we're a mixed bag on this one, and waiting for the sale. So let me know in the chat. I can see Toyok does have the images up from the floor. We will get to those in a bit. We'll just go back to the slideshow then. So the next thing they revealed was Spider-Man 2099 on the retro card for the second time. We've got him on the retro card, but this time on the newer body with the toe articulation, better articulation than the previous one. One that did need an upgrade, so I think the other one is going hoopty into the sale pile for me. At least I can grab out the collection, as I say, and the sale pile is going up, so I'm having to rebuy a lot of figures here. But yeah, 2099. I think this is a decent upgrade, one that I think people have wanted an upgrade for on this newer body. So I'm happy with this one. This is one I will be picking up. Is it too stupid for you, a 2099 Spider-Man? I don't know.
I'm a 90s kid, aren't I? I love Spider-Man 2099. I love that initial run by Peter David. I love the figure. I'm going to have the same complaint I have a lot of the time. He's a 90s character. Like, I think it was Rick Lenardi, I think, was the original artist. Spider-Man 2099 was built like a brick shit house. He was ripped to shreds, enormous, like beyond proportions of like a human. He was a 90s character, of course he was, but none of the figures, those original 2099 figures, were so skinny. It was absolutely ludicrous. So even this, I think, is
the second delivery has arrived.
Oh, well, now I can talk. So I think even this is a bit undersized for my I'm going to steal Dan's expression here, like your mind's eye of what Spider-Man 2099 was, because he was a 90s character. All of the musculature was really exaggerated. He was lean as anything, but really big. So even this is maybe a tad small for it, but no, I really like it. I was saying that this is my highlight of the entire stream. This is my most wanted figure out of that entire stream, because that original figure. Let me see if I can get. This is so unprofessional, but like that's the famous cover, isn't it? Like that original cover. Like look at how big he is. Look at the size of his legs and his arms and how exaggerated the musculature is. So that's the 2099 I want, but I'm still really, really happy with this. This has got to be the only channel where you listen to the live stream and the host buys so many figures that he's going to answer the door even during the live stream. I've never seen that on any other live stream where they're like, another bastard figure's arrived. I'll be back in a minute.
Oh dear, it's happened twice. Cheeky monkey. See, where's she gone? She's buggered off to the fair.
Where's she gone?
So you want the buffer version, I think you were probably saying, but they said this was their buffer's body, hadn't they?
No, it is. Like I said, it's Rick Lenardi's original art, 90s. Everything was totally exaggerated. So that original run of Spider-Man 2099, he was shredded to the bone, but like big with it. His legs and arms are enormous. So this is nowhere near accurate to the original comic art. But like you said, it's the biggest body for Spider-Man, and I still love it. So yes, this will be like a day one purchase, and it's my highlight of the entire stream.
Right, okay. Right, I had thought the builder figure might have been. So there we are. There is a poll linking to that in the chat. Let's have a look at that, because of course
you've got to end the poll. You've got to end the poll.
33 votes in the poll. So far, what has been your favourite? The Inhumans 2-packs, the made-to-order Apocalypse, which we'll be getting to shortly, the comic book wave, or the retro Spidey. And the comic book wave, currently 9%, absolutely shitting the bed, the comic book wave. So no surprise, it's hardly anybody's favourite out there. So the made-to-order is leading at the moment. But before we get to that, there's a couple more things they showed off. So the next thing was Cardiac, wasn't it?
Just very quickly, Alexi said it was Rick Lenardi. I was right, and he's got the issue right next to him. Good man, Alexi. That's a cracking.
There you go.
Yeah.
It is an omnibus currently out in the sale of 2099, so I have considered purchasing it. But,
it's really good. Yeah, it's I read them as they came out, issue by issue, and it was a really good. So I'd love a 2099. I think they did actually mention during the stream that there were more 2099. So Hulk 2099, which I think we did discover.
We did just stream. Slightly traumatic.
There may be some issues around.
Yeah, he's definitely.
Which was very sad for me, but I mean much sadder for his victims. But yes, so that would be my most wanted 2099 character.
That is on the list, and also Dr. Doom I've covered. I think before is on the list.
And Thor 2099 as well would be really good.
Get your 2099s in. So then they showed the long-awaited Cardiac. And I can't find a single image online of Cardiac. It doesn't seem to be in the booth. It's not in Mr. Seaver's slideshow. It's not on Paternia's slideshow. Anybody know where I can find an image of this thing? Because otherwise we'll be discussing it with no images, because I literally cannot find one. But Cardiac was finally shown on the Spider-Man retro card. So I Adam frantically looks to DM me an image of that. I'll do a live pickup, because of course it's happened twice in one stream. So this time it's a lovely smile tick. It is Amazon. So I'm going to guess this is He-Man related from the earlier Amazon Prime pickup. There is I think Mr. Who helped me out here with a photo. Let's have a look at the DMs here.
Oh, good man. Good man.
Oh, he is. He's got me covered. Thanks,
yes.
Wait will that. How can I not open a paper bloody bag? The chat coming through. Phil Jones is sending them through as well. We've got Cardiac coming out the arsehole. But what have I else got? Oh. Right. I was like, if I ordered this twice, because I remember ordering this morning, I was like, I haven't ordered it twice. Amazon have been so efficient, they delivered it in the same bloody day. So
that is pretty impressive.
Ordered about 8 o'clock this morning. It's Stratos then from the vintage collection of Masterverse has arrived with me. Delivered in 11 hours for Amazon. So a very efficient service. Amazon Prime. Shout out those. Right, let's go to Instagram. We'll get Cardiac up. How long have we got till Dan, who is actually on the air? About 35 minutes. We're doing fine. We're doing absolutely fine.
We're doing all right.
We're doing all right. Let's have a look. So Instagram messages. Let's have a look. I've just seen a Leatherface appear on my Instagram. Let's have a look. And let's go here. And we can go there. Right, okay. Share this instead. Come down here, press this button, and bang, if by magic, we have the full-on press images there of Cardiac. So he's here. There's always been disputes, I think. Is it Eric Larson that potentially owned the character rights to it? And Mike Hex knows the whole story. He'll tell you somewhere. But they've eventually got them. I know Bobby Vallis said before, I think they couldn't do this back in his era in Hasbro because they didn't have the rights to do it. But they've obviously sorted that out now. And we do have Cardiac coming to the line. So he's a very, very much wanted character for you 90s Spider-Man collectors out there. So this is one I've wanted in the collection for a while. It's been a key character that has been missing. Let's have a look at some of the other images we can see here. So we've got, again, they'll all pin the spotting. We've got the 90s. You've got to have straps. You've got to have pouches. You've got to have straps. So we've got straps. We got pouches. We got vibrating electrical sticks. We've got it all. So they've done this one pretty good, I think. So for a single figure, this is probably my pick of the day. I would say for a single regular figure. So yeah, I'm in for this one. It looks like there's actual sculpting in the legs as well. That's not just painted on. The white bits are actually sculpted from these decent images that we've got to see here. So yeah, I'm definitely in for this. Now, Adam, you're a 90s fan, so
yeah, of course I'm in for this. So yes, yeah, absolutely. I love a Spidey villains collection. I think he's probably got, him and Batman have probably got the two best villain galleries in comic book history. So yeah, definitely in for this.
Yeah. So yeah, very popular here. Very popular here. Virtual Dave has just joined in the chat. Hello, Virtual Dave. How are you doing? So yeah, very, very excited for this. Very, very excited. But then back to my lack of enthusiasm for the wave. Maybe these are ones we've been thinking we're going to have for ages, which is the Inhumans 2-pack, or 2 packs it turns out to be, because there is 2 here. So this is Triton and Black Bolt as a 2-pack, and we'll just flip to the other one as well so we can see through them. The second one is Gorgon and Medusa then. So 2 of these figures we've had before, and 2 are brand new. But the 2 we've had before, they've sneakily not packed together. So if you have the old ones, like this idiot has the old ones, and you didn't fancy upgrading, you just want the new characters, well, you're fucked, because you've still got to buy both sets to get the new characters. It's basically the only blunt way to put that, because they've got you by the short and curlies. You've got to buy both sets. So Black Bolt, I'm not particularly bothered about upgrading, because I don't mind the version I have from the previous release. Medusa, yeah, they are right. The other one does not stand up. She is a right pain, and this is a much better look for her. So she is definite to me an upgrade. So I'm quite excited for her. But the Inhumans are not my favourite team. They're quite honestly a team I don't know an awful lot about. I know they came through in some of the earlier issues of like Fantastic Four and stuff when it comes to Medusa. But the rest of them, I started to watch that TV show many years, and it was just absolute dross. So that didn't particularly happen. So I need to actually learn more about the teams. But they have some very unique designs here. Some very 1960s-esque designs when it comes to them, especially Gorgon here with the hooven feet we have. So some very weird designs. Again, these are going up for pre-order on the 21st, and they're the week apart, 16th and 21st, Amazon and Fan Channel. I think these could be a potential for a sale drop going there. So if these were a sale drop, I'm definitely in. I don't think I'd be fully in at full price, but I've got the Lockjaw and Crystal set as well. I made a mistake when I unboxed that and threw away his little teleprong thing in his head. I threw away. So I've only got the bubble version, like the power effect version, because I left the other one in the packaging. So that was so maybe that's why I'm a bit down on Inhumans, because I got myself annoyed with Lockjaw. So yeah, let me know in the chat what you're thinking of these. I don't quite get the mask. I'm assuming that's a more modern design with the mask and the classic head. The classic head's in there. So you are probably going to be much more of an Inhumans expert than me. So that is why you're here. So what's going on?
Yeah, same again. It's a little bit of an eclectic mix because, as you said, unless that is a really old one, I'm assuming some sort of breathing apparatus mask. But I don't recognise the mask. But Gorgon's design seems like an older one. But I love his design. This is one of my other standouts. So much so that I am really hoping that Rich M just wants Medusa. Like, I've really got my fingers crossed that Rich M's like, yeah, I just want Medusa. So
find out in about 45 minutes time here. No, not subscribed to Dan Who on YouTube.
I'll be avidly listening to that.
I don't know. Well, I'd be interested. I'd also be interested on Rich on this one. Is he going to want the full team, or is he just going to want the ladies? I think he might be a full teamer, would be my guess, but we will see.
I think unfortunately, I think he might as well. I can't imagine that I'm going to find anybody else who's like, I just want the Medusa, so I'll sell you the Gorgon figure. But no, I really like them. I like the Inhumans, so I'm all in, but will be offloading Medusa if I can.
So he'll be trying his usual sale tactic for the female 2-packs, but you may get in luck, as I say, when it's not
Amazon. Even a sale. It's not even a sale tactic, Jay. I keep sending them to people for free. Because I can't be asked to get around. So I just keep putting them in the post and sending them for free.
There you go. Nearly 50 of you with us now as well. Hello, everybody. Say hello in the chat if you haven't already. We will say hello. But yeah, Adam is not the most female figure collector in the world, so she's going to do nothing for him. But she looks pretty cool to me. I think that'd be quite a nice cosplay. So anybody fancy dressing up as Medusa at MCM in a few weeks' time, I'd be gladly appreciated.
I have a redheaded friend who I've tried to talk into that. Either that, Poison Ivy, or Jean Grey, and she was having none of. She was having absolutely none of either.
I could see that. There as a fan of a Disney character is all I can say. There is all I can say on that topic.
Yes, she could be. That's brave, isn't it? Yes, I've called her that before, and she, again, I think I had that one thrown back in my face.
Is the hair articulated? I have been wondering that, because I say I had to half watch Scream at the corner of my eye. I'm assuming it. I can't see. I'm assuming it is my assumption, because otherwise she's just going to fall over again. And they said they didn't want that to happen. So,
given it her entire power, you'd hope it was.
You'd hope it was. You'd hope it was. So. Right, there was one more big thing from Marvel Legends then, and it is up for pre-order now. So the rumors were true on this one, and you've got 32 days to back this bad boy, and he is quite the big bad boy. So we'll head over to Hasbro Pulse. We'll go into the details in a second, but before we get into the details, it is the rumored X-Men 97/X-Men sort of 92 animated series Giant Apocalypse. It's just not quite as big as I was thinking. So it is a 12-inch Apocalypse. It looks beautiful. It truly looks a beautiful sculpt. I got my other one out to have a look at all the sculpted differences, and this one is so much smoother, a lot more animated, accurate. This looks really, really good paint apps wise as well. Just, I mean, I'd like it a little bit bigger, but he does change size all the time. So I will be fine with a 12-inch Apocalypse. It does remind me of my Toy Biz Bath back in the day. One of my favorite Marvel Legends I ever owned was that Toy Biz Bath version of Apocalypse. But they have loaded him out with accessories. one of them, actually the bottom right, looks like a reuse of a G.I. Joe accessory. Actually, the blast effect looks very, very similar to one that I've got around here. I can't actually. 2 seconds. It's literally behind me.
I should have filled that with. I was literally as well. Like our fan sitting at home watching the stream. I was like, I don't want to say anything now while Jay just goes, yes.
Yeah, sneaky bastards. Right, you don't tell me I don't teach you facts here on the live stream. So here is a cloud with the swirly twirly and the spiky. That is 100% that piece there, which comes from one of the G.I. Joe sets. So we do have a sneaky bit of reuse. So there you go. Screenshot that. This could go viral. Somebody, that would help the channel. So there you go. That is a G.I. Joe reused accessory in a different color. I've done a thing, people. I've done a thing. And Mark has confirmed, yes, Scrap Iron is what that is, the figure I've just literally pulled that from in the collection. So there you go. I've educated you. So a bit of sneaky reuse. Then we've got the blade. We've got the big blast effect. I do like the drill spike, and they've got a spiky that looks something Clayface should have had in Batman the animated series, and a couple of nice heads when it comes there. So yeah, it does look sneaky bit of reuse there, but yeah, it does look very nice. And there is your scale with Cable. So Cable looking decent enough with him, because he does. You see him supersized sometimes. When he does grow to kind of this size. So I see why they've gone for sort of the 12-inch scale when it comes to Apocalypse. But I've always loved Apocalypse. I had the figure from the early Toy Biz days. Like we're talking early 90s Toy Biz. And you could pull his little boots out. You'd stretch his little torso.
Yeah, yes. I remember that. I had that.
So one of my so Adam had that too. One of my very, very first figures I ever had as a kid that I remember is that Apocalypse. I've always had an affinity for Apocalypse. And then the Toy Biz Builder figure was just absolutely epic piece. So it is nice to see this in the animated accurate colors, because my main gateway, of course, into X-Men was that 1992 animated series. So it is really nice to see this one. So yes, 100% I will be purchasing this one. It is made to order then, but potentially I suppose some stock will actually arrive in stock when it comes, the same way that's happened for Dragon Man, that somebody's trying to sell that's still on Hasbro Pulse. It's gone well. So you might not be completely out of luck if you don't order it in the next 32 days, but you don't get charged just like a normal pre-order. So effectively it is just a normal pre-order when it comes to this one, unlike a HasLab that would have charged you up front. And there is the Apocalypse with all the characters around him. So yeah, so far pretty positive. But I am going to chuck in a little bit of a negative, because I don't like the price. This, for a 12-inch figure, I would be thinking would have been about £100, $99.99. I was thinking. It's not, though. It's £125, £124.99, 32 days and 5 hours to pre-order this one. So you've got shipping on the 8th of October 2026, they say. You're going to have to wait 1 year for it to ship. It's just a little pricey, in my opinion. Now, this idiot spends far too much on toys from all different sort of toy lines. So, yes, Mondo would charge pretty much this for a He-Man figure that's only probably 7 inches tall. But I don't know. It's just when you're used to a price point for a certain line, you expect certain things for certain sizes. And they've done 12-inch figures before at around the sort of £80, £90 mark. Dragon Man's pretty tall. He's probably about a good 9 inches tall with all his bits. They have chucked in all your different accessories. Exclusive footage, one reuse. I found their live. So to me, if this was £25 cheaper, I think you'd be getting a decent deal at 25. So I think they've stuck a bit of 20% on the top of that, if I'm being honest. But I do want the figure, so I am going to pay it. So that is my... the Sentinel was 180, and that's much, much bigger. So it's just a little pricey for me. It's a little pricey. It's my only negative to really say. I think the figure itself is beautiful, and I love Apocalypse. And I will be very hypocritical, and I will be purchasing it. So, of course, I'm not helping the cause there by doing that, but I do want the figure. But I'm just voicing that I think it's a little inflated for me. So now, Adam, I don't know if you can collect the animated stuff. A 12-inch, £125 Apocalypse, I'm going to guess you're not going to want, but we will find out.
God, it's rare for me to be indecisive, but I am a little bit on the fence because I was about to say that I actually think the price is okay until you pointed out that the original Sentinel was only 180, and yes, that's sort of considerably more substantial than this. But actually, given the fact that I now collect some like third-party lines and things like that, and I often pay around the £100 mark for like a figure, it didn't seem too bad. But you're right, when you compare it to the Sentinel, it doesn't quite seem as good value for money. I love how it looks. I loved Apocalypse in the animated line, but you are very right. I don't have an animated line collection. The few animated line figures that I've got have gone into my comic book collection.
Yeah.
So I haven't actually got like an animated series collection. And I got the Select Apocalypse that came out a few years, which I really like. I think that was I love that figure. So I've got what I class as a really good comic book Apocalypse. So yeah, I'm struggling a little bit. For what it is, I think it's really good. I think it looks great. I love most of the accessories that come with it. So I think they've done really, really well with this. Chances are, I think I'll probably give in and buy. I mean, I bought Dragon Man. I don't give a shit about Dragon Man. He was the one where I brought that rule about I've never read a Dragon Man comic. I'd never buy a Dragon Man comic, and yet I went and bought that figure. But I mean, to be fair, that is why I'm trying to sell it now. But I think this one I might end up giving in. But I think I'll do what others have got away with doing with Dragon Man. I don't think I'll pre-order it. I won't. But then I think if it comes out and it's available and I'm, a bit flush that month, I'll just go ahead and buy it.
Yeah. Well, you've always got the option, I suppose, of pre-ordering.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get charged anyway. So you can stick one in and just cancel it. At least you can cancel at the click of a button. Usually the safer option, I would advise if you are on the fence. I was coming to the comments there. Virtual Dave is disappointed he didn't recreate the rogue scene. There was you could have you can't do the dangly rogue because he's not tall enough, but you could do the butt cheeks rogue. Yes, you could have done that. I'm sure there'll be a lot of toy photography when it comes to that. Jamie's a big fat dirty liar because he said he had absolutely no interest in this, and he's got FOMO and enabled himself in about an hour of it coming up. Your boys got toys is okay, kind of price wise, because Mephisto was 80. Yeah, I'd forgot that would gone up. Yeah. So I suppose it is just a general price increase. And as Mikey was saying, Mondos are in the same for that. So yeah, just me being a bit fussy. I think when I get too many action figure lines, I'm probably thinking on that. But yeah, we are in a slightly increased era. I wonder if the US version, and let me know if it's any different. Anybody in the US that's watching, how much is it on the US store? Is it a 125 or of the UK had a bit of tax usually added on that makes a difference there. And yes, the Mondo Beast, we will come to that if we have time. We've got about sort of 20 minutes or so that's fine. So yeah, Apocalypse is up. Definitely for me, this is the main outstanding piece from the Hasbro Marvel Legends panel. Say regular figure, I think hardly act, but for the oversized figure, it's really nice detailed. I like the sculpting on it, the painting. It's very, very nice. So I am happy to have it. I just buying too many other figures, I think, but we will stick it in and we will worry about this in approximately the 8th of October next year. Yeah, future day. I won't be saving it for this. I won't do Dan's saving strategy because that won't be happening. So I will literally worry about this in the future year. The Daniel mentioning you could have had the Gamerverse version, and the rumor did show, because if you've seen any screenshots out there, it was going to be this. I was expecting this version, but no reason we can't get a Gamerverse version in the future. Will you? Oh my God, Virtual Dave, don't bloody do that. That's a point. What if Mondo make Apocalypse for their 12-inch line?
Oh yeah.
Imagine the price, what that's going to be. Oh my God.
That would be.
And I'm going to want a bloody hell. That's. Oh, dear. These live streams, the name myself. That's not even mentioned. That's a terrible thought, Virtual Dave there. So that was it for the Marvel Legends. We can see what's on the show floor, and if we go to Toy Arc, and let's just have a look at some of these in person then. So let's get Mondo. I'm on the bloody brain now. Let's have a look at Apocalypse here. If we can load him up on Toy Arc while he's in the booth. So he's standing on some rocks. You can see the sand diorama. You can see the sand diorama that they put in there the other day. I was hoping it would be a little 2-pack, and they chuck in a cheeky N. Sabanur version of Apocalypse from the end of the X-Men 97.
Which is, I think I might have said this on a previous Legends and Liga, that's one of my most wanted, because I thought his design at the end was absolutely incredible. I'd love them to do that as a figure.
Yeah, I would like that version. It's closer look at the accessories. I can give you a very much closer version of that accessory. There you are. See, yeah, nice, very nice. So hopefully we'll actually see this at MCM at the end of the month, and they'll bring this over to London like they did with the Sentinels last year. So there's the Executioner at the bottom of the. If I can zoom in at the bottom of the case with his comic book wave friends. The X-Men 97 stuff is starting to drop. I've seen in the UK. I haven't pre-ordered any of that. I've made my usual X-Men 97 mistake, but it hasn't sold out yet. So hoping to backtrack those without too many problems.
I lied. Sorry, I did buy one of the animated ones. That is, yeah.
I've got the Mondo version of that one. I think he's going to go into the sale pile. There's Medusa. Can we see any? Looks like there's a cut in the hair. Down there.
Any hair movement?
Yeah, this does look like. Yeah, there's good. There's at least a swivel or something going on there, isn't there? Down there, there's a curve. Surely that's a hair swivel. It must be. Move it, somebody.
Yeah.
There's a cut, so assuming you can swivel it.
Definitely.
Yeah. There's a cut, so a bit of hair movement when it comes there. Let's have a look at Werewolf by Night because we're liking that one. Looks rather nice. I do like a bit of Werewolf by Night, so he's looking fine in the case. There's the two that we couldn't give a shit about behind, so we're doing well there. Let's have a look at Logan. The Logan and the Builder figure. So you got your greens in there. Again, shout out Toy Ark for all the coverage as ever. They like doing. There's a better look at the Builder figure then. So let's take a closer look. The axe is looking nice, as you mentioned earlier. A bit of detailing on the handle. Yeah, that's a nice Builder figure. That is a nice Builder figure. Yeah, I like that. Why is that Builder figure in a wave that I don't want the wave? Typical. So I've just pre-ordered the whole comic book wave too. If the comic book figures could have been in this wave and the mini comics could have been these figures, and I could have skipped them. But they know what they're doing.
They do. They know exactly what they're doing.
Marketing 101. There was put the figures you want to sell. So there's anything more for Legends we can see in the case. There's Dwight's face. I believe Dwight is coming to MCM later in the month. And hopefully have a chat with him on the channel. We'll have been speaking to the Hasbro PR rep, so hopefully we will have a little chat with Dwight and maybe some of the G.I. Joe team as well. And hopefully they said I can record the panel at least. So make sure you're tuned in for MCM at the end of the month, and you will have definite panel coverage as well from the lunchtime panel in the UK, about 7 a.m. in the US. You will see for that. So that's it for Marvel Legends, but there's plenty of other things to have a quick look at. So let's have a brief scour, and I'll cover all this on the channel later in the week in some sort of just pre-recorded videos. But the Black Series did some releases. I can't say I was particularly impressed, but they did show for the Black Series a re-release of Jules End Vader.
Whereas I'm more for the moon with this because I didn't find it, and on the aftermarket price, it's insane. So I'm.
Is it now? Okay.
It was really hard to find. You could barely find it on the aftermarket. So I'm over the moon they've re-released this. They obviously realised how insane the prices were.
I didn't find it too bad there. I can see Z-Man is mentioning old Kaya Katana, which I've just seen there. But I'm not going to lie, people. I'm not going to lie. I don't know who he is. Now, I've seen he comes from an older video game by the looks of it. And they said it's a long-awaited character. But clearly it's some lore that has passed me by. So Adam, as a lightsaber expert, who the hell is this fella?
Not a damn clue. Not a damn clue, because it's from a game, isn't it? I've never played I've barely played a computer game in my life. So I've not a clue. Despite the fact that actually on the shelf there are plenty of characters that only appeared in I'll be buying it, because I've got a Jedi and Sith.
I know Dash Rendar is, yeah. Yeah, so we failed miserably there. I know people were excited about that one, but we have failed miserably.
Shit all over Star Wars.
And the other thing is, Boba Fett, for the Book of Bastard Boba Fett, and they've chucked in some toe pivot and removable knee pads. Now, it's not the greatest Star Wars show I've ever seen. It sounds like there's been worse since. So I'm not particularly thrilled with an updated version of this because it's not really one I need. So I'm sure Adam's not going to be particularly thrilled either. So great practice coverage you're giving here. I get an ask in the chat. Kurt K wants to know about TVC. No, TVC. At least we do have some 3 3/4-inch figures just for Kurt then. Shock T, I think, if I got the Jedi name correct there. I still want to pick her up in the Black Series. She was in the Prime Day sale, but I was buying too much He-Man at the time. So she looks nice in the 3 3/4. So this is all your sort of Battle of Geonosis stuff that's to go with the HasLab. Now, this figure, of course, this is something I have in lots of scales because I have a hot toy of this very version of Padme from Attack of the Clones. So got to have a bit of Padme. This is a 3 3/4-inch version if you're into that, like our good friend Kurt is there. I'm only collecting Return of the Jedi when it comes to 3 3/4 though, so I can pass on those. Was that all you had, Kurt? Was that all you had? And some troopers, yeah. So not particularly much there. Let me just go back to Pulse actually, because there's the exclusive stuff I thought wasn't going up until after the con, but it seems to be up on here. So let's have a look. Oh, it's premium members only. So this is what I'm after. The Mace Windu and Darth Sidious pack that's going to be sold at New York and at MCM. Oh, I want this version of... I do want the version of Palpatine. Oh, what's going on here then? Why is this up? So premium members only. I'm assuming premium members are getting it at the same time as you are at the con in a fancy box. Oh, I like the fancy box. Well, that's very nice. So... assuming I'm going to have to wait to MCM, then I can't see a time frame of when this is actually available to non-Pulse premium members. But I'm not paying £40 to join Pulse to buy a £60 set. So I don't know. Can't give you more information than that. Anybody know in the chat? There's the £185 Sentinel. Assuming you can't purchase that, and then that is still out the pre-order window. Iceman's popped up as well. He needs ordering. Assuming it's the same for the Marvel Legends exclusive, then the scroll. So £40. So it is £40 deluxe. So that's what we're expecting on this one. There we are. Back to the Wrens in there with the information. So I assume somebody would know. So 3rd of November for the Joe. So probably the same. So yeah, you are. That is after MCM then, which is the 25th and 26th of October. So if you're a premium member, it looks like you can get them now. Otherwise, you have to wait till after MCM and the con season is over. This is potentially when I'll be picking up in 3 3/4-inch version because it is from Return of the Jedi, technically.
Yeah.
So that may have to be purchased there. I'm sure Kurt's in on that one. That's only £40, £50. Sorry, so that's not bad for 3 of those. And Pythona looking nice for the GI Joe collectors. Shout out Bring Toys to Work, who's going to be very excited about this one. And I'm also quite excited. She's going to live right here on this very G.I. Joe shelf right next to me there. So she will have a nice place. £40 deluxe. So again, what we were expecting, a lot of accessories when it comes to Pythona. So you can get all those available if you're a Pulse Premium member now. Otherwise, you are going to have to wait. Now, a very quick to tell you what this is, because what the hell is this going on? So Tron, if you're a fan of the 80s movies Tron, and you've got a spare £260, and you like 3 3/4-inch figures with a glowy base, then there's a HasLab that's just launched out of nowhere. So there is a Tron HasLab for the next 46 days. Of course, the new Tron Ares films come in. Hasbro have got the license. They're doing 6-inch figures for that. But if you want some vintage stuff, it's not a movie I've ever got through the first half an hour of. I'm not a fan of it. I'm a grumpy mood tonight, apparently, but with a smile on my face. I have never been a massive fan of Tron, so it means nothing to me. But again, this seems very much overpriced for probably £20 £100 of figures. Probably should be more like £199.99 in my head. Anyway, at least this does seem rather expensive, and it's only had 200 backers in the first 3 or 4 hours, so it doesn't seem to be going anywhere fast to start with. But if you're a fan of Tron, then there you are. Do you like Tron?
What the fuck is this? It looks like the kind of thing that you'd get from, like, you know, when they do like knockoff toys in like Poundland and like Home Bargains and stuff like that. And you just go in and there's just these random like toys not based on any particular line, and they're like $7.99. for like, it looks like that. Like, oh, anybody, you must love Tron. You must get the thrill of your life over Tron if you go out and spend 260 quid on that. Look at the price of that.
You can have the Diamond Select stuff, I think, might have gone for some money over the years. So maybe there are big Tron fans out there. He's described it as a Poundland toy. The Blacks is there as a Happy Meal toy as well. So it's pretty much the equivalent of that.
Good example. Kind of like if I was munching my way through a cheeseburger and some fries, and that was in the bottom of the paper bag, I'd be like, well, yeah, that's about right.
Well, that is a... Yeah, so that's shut the bed in my chat at least as well. I think what we're saying there, I think if they made a classic 6-inch, there are 6-inch figures from the new movie by the looks of it being shown, from what I can see in your little bike things, whatever they are. So there may be potential for those in the 6-inch. It does seem a bit weird to go for the 3 3/4 inch scale there, but there's your Tron figures, which wasn't something I was expecting today. So some surprise from New York. So we've covered that. Let's just take a brief look at what else we got. Let's have a look here. Just quickly go to this one. So the NECA exclusive is up. It is the Train Driver Shredder. Now, I was all in on this, so I did a video on it the other day. I'm not anymore because it's $50 plus 35 shipping. This is an $85 figure to get to the UK. So I'm not paying that. So I'm in a grumpy mood with prices today, but NECA have overpriced this as well. So this will cost, when you convert it to pounds, about £65 for a 6-inch shredder. So that's not happening. So that's a thing. But if you are in the US, you might be able to get it a bit cheaper. But again, you'll have taxes, and NECA shipping probably isn't particularly good over there as well. So let's go back to Toy Arc, and we'll just briefly cover some other things. As I say, I'll have to do some more videos as the week goes on, but I think we need to have a look at the Mondo booth. Surely the Mondo booth is on here. Yes, here is the Mondo booth, and what is in it? Let's go here. Share this tab instead, and there it is. There it is. We knew it was coming, but there he is in all his glory. It is the Mondo Beast. The Mondo Beast is here, looking epic. Available Q1 of 2026. It's going to be expensive. Oh dear. But it does. We've not even had Marvel Legends give us a head sculpt of what's a bit of a blurry one. Give us a head sculpt that actually I've lost my mouse now. That actually looks like this. I love the animated look for Beast. So there was, I think 16 Mike said it there, and they're going to financially recover from this. Is true, because this is only day one for Mondo. And if Lizard ends up in that cabinet and they reveal more things, so I think they've got a panel to come. So I will have to, I say, more in-depth coverage will come. Tonight's focus is mainly the Hasbro panel because that's what's happened. But I'll be back for videos throughout the week. So that is Mondo Beast. There's a 12-inch line of turtles. Not one I'm going to be collecting because they're own sort of custom designs from Mondo. But there's 12-inch turtles from Mondo. Then they've just shown this bloody grey render of a gargoyle. There's Goliath, looking very animated. I can't even start that. This is getting ridiculous. This is getting absolutely ridiculous. But I want that. But I can't. I can't be collecting 12-inch. Anybody want to give me a new job? Because there's
a second
job. I need the video to go viral. Anybody got any tips on making a video go viral? Because I'm going to need some bloody funds. There's Janine as well. She's looking great with a desk. I'm sure the desk version is going to be Mondo exclusive. There'll be a regular without the desk. But I'm going to want the desk. So that's going to be a fun thing to try and collect. And then look at this bloody Skeletor. Look at this Skeletor. I'm clearly on a He-Man kick.
How good does that look?
God's sake, look at this, people. Look at this. Oh, dear. Dear me. I take it you'll be in for this.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Because, you're in with the other. But, let's look at his crotch piece. So, we'll have to do more coverage on this. Here's Man-at-Arms. Again, looking very nice. Now, that's a good suggestion from Jamie. I suggest doing 100 super chats for £100. There we are. For your eyebrow. Oh, yes, shave me eyebrows. So 100 super chats with £100, I'll shave me. I'll be cheaper than that. There was a. I'll shave these eyebrows for less than that. But there's a,
we could barter Jay down. Like
we could do.
It'll be only a shaving his brows for like a tenner.
We're gonna have to come up with a new membership tier or something, I think, for these, because this is just, it's only day bloody one. But look at this then from the Mondo booth.
Oh,
this is before they go.
Yeah.
Now keep Colton idea. I didn't know what the bloody Labubu was until they mentioned the other week, but do some unboxing on those things. So it was as E-Man needs a job as well. So he's jobs all around, people, because this collecting hobby is getting crazy. You need to focus more on lines. I try to do that. It doesn't go well because they show stuff like this.
It does not go well.
It doesn't. So that's that one. Let's have a quick. And I think Z-Man mentioned Jada toys. Let's have a quick look at that before we get out of here. And I'll have to do some more videos over the weekend. I think Storm Collectibles. Some of that stuff looked great as well. The He-Man stuff from 2000X went up for pre-order today in the UK. The like cartoon collection version. So I've pre-ordered those. There's some nice horror stuff from NECA. Where's the Jada toy stuff on here? No idea. Let's go back to Instagram. Paternia will have it covered shortly on here. There we go. Let's have one image there. So share this instead. Press that button there. So we do have Daphne then, and I don't know the names of the other thing, but I can see something in the comments that said, awesome to see Captain Cutler and Charlie the Robot. So I'm going to trust them that those are the correct names for the villains. But very early, sort of probably hand-painted prototypes here of these, because I don't think we're getting these until at least mid-2026. So we weren't thinking Jada were going to be there. I think they're at the Pop Insiders booth that we learned. So, yeah, we have seen Daphne for the rest of Scooby-Doo. I'm sure Scooby-Doo is too weird for Adam, so I don't think he'll be in on these. Too stupid, I'm guessing.
Too stupid. I am not ignorant as to the hypocrisy in this statement, but they're too childish for me. Says a man. says a man standing at a desk, sitting at a desk with like a bloody bloke with a lightsaber and claws coming out of his hands. But no, these are too childish for me.
Yeah, he can't do stupidity, people. He can't relive his childhood in that way. That's too far. You've pushed him too far. But these do look great. I've even bought myself a Playmobil Scooby-Doo Haunted Mansion that is built.
Of course you have.
It has a nice little shelf to go on. So these are definitely going to be coming to my collection. Videos to come. The toy room is getting torn apart over the upcoming weeks. And there'll be a lot of changes and maneuvers around here. I've been trying to put Mythic Legions behind me for a month. You can see a bare unit. So that's still happening. So yeah, lots of changes coming around here. Lots of figures being purchased and lots of stuff being shown. But it is in the UK. It's 8:15. So Dan Who should be going live right now. Luckily, he's late as ever. So we will wrap ourselves up for our evening coverage. Shout out to our new channel member this evening was Agent Z-Man joining the channel members list. So thank you very much to you there. That's actually I can probably shout out the channel members. Let's do that. Can I find them on the phone? Let's press a few buttons here. We can finish with that. So, right. Why would you not tell me? See, it's embarrassing me now. Come on, phone. Tell me here. Show me. There we go. So, there we are. See, I'm not as professional as Justin and Kenny with all their graphics. So, shout out to the channel members. So, to Madison Kingswood, the man on the screen, Figure Cave Collectibles, Dan Who, Damien Ristori, St. James, the patron saint of toy collecting, Displayed Once, Compulsive Collector, Super Turk 5000, Bring Toys to Work, Justin Collects, Mikey Moonboots, Jeremy Curlow, and this evening's newest member, Agent Z-Man. So thank you all for supporting the channel. You support me much more than YouTube does because they are terrible at pushing videos these days. But you keep me here on the tube talking to you about toys because there's one thing I like in life. It is 6-inch action figures, 12-inch action figures, and the occasional bit of 3 3/4 inch action figures. Cheeky
any size action figures.
Yeah, any size action figures, really. Because I forgot 8 inches, and I got some 7 and 8 inches downstairs. So yeah, any size action figures here. I haven't seen much from Mattel. I'm just looking at some of the coverage here. I haven't even got to the Lego stuff because there is some Lego Batman stuff that has just dropped. Loads of Batmobiles. So have to talk about that in the future. But Well, that is it. We can take a sit back. We can take a relax. Make sure you're going over then to Mr. Who. Dan Who Reviews will be live in a few moments. Kenny will probably be live on, I don't know, Thursday or Friday. Let's have a look at Encounter Culture. Nothing scheduled as of yet. He will be live this weekend, just in collect. So we are keeping you here involved in the action figure community across the weekend, covering New York Comic Con. Shout out David Evan Smith. I think we'll be there in person tomorrow. I think he's actually going. It's the date he will be there.
Just before we go, just going to read Madison's comment out. Lesson of the day: Cheer will take any inches.
It's getting on screen for you. It will take any inches. So before we go, we better plug where you can actually see us both in person. So at the end of the month, we will both be at MCM London Comic Con. We'll be there at least on the Saturday. I've bought tickets for, so I might be there on the Friday. I don't know. I'll be traveling up, but I don't know if I'm going to the con yet. Got to find the funds. But yes, here we are. Got to actually pay for the hotel as well. That's need to get that sorted. But forget all that administrative side of things. You can see us in person on the Saturday, 25th of October, probably hanging around the Hasbro booth and doing all things Marvel Legends, Star Wars, and G.I. Joe, because they will be revealing stuff at MCM and purchasing those exclusive action figures as well. So please do come up and say hello. It's nice to see all the people that came up and introduced themselves at NEC Toy Fair. So it's nice to see all the people that watch the channel in person. So we will be there in person. He's a grumpy git in real life as well. He's short, he's bold. I'm fat and bearded. And that is what you get from this. The end screen's gone. StreamYard took it away. It doesn't like me at all. But thank you to everybody stuck with us. Still got some great viewing numbers in this evening, even with the fact that I literally promoted the stream with 1 hour to go, and there was no way in any shape or form prepared to actually do it. So live streaming still works on the channel. So thank you to the channel members. Thank you to the people that are watching. Thank you to Adam. Where can they find you on Instagram?
Well, just as a little addition to the note, as my favourite person who invites me on to buy a co-host, I've just bought you a ticket for Friday at MCM. So
right,
you do that. So if you're travelling down anytime from 12, you can come and join us at the con because it will.
Thank you, sir. Well, there we are. I will be attending Friday night as well.
But you can find me at figurecave.collectibles on Instagram.
There you go. You can find him on there. Adam Batman Moran on figurecave.collectibles on Instagram, where you will not find his dodgy Batman graphics that I've put on the channel. It's time for the awkward wave-in. Make sure you go over to Dan the stream. I'm sure he'll be on in a few minutes talking even more Marvel Legends action figures. Until next time, we'll see you later. The awkward wave will begin.